When I was first asked to put this program together, I immediately started thinking of works that felt poetic. Jim Cohen's videotapes, to me, are poetic. My friend Bob Kapitoff's tape that he made when he came back from Brazil, to me, seemed very poetic, and it all felt very comfortable and very natural. And then someone asked me, well, why is my tape poetic? What does that mean? And I froze and I stopped because I really didn't know how to define poetic. I knew these works were. And I was reading a book by a French philosopher, and the book is called The Poetics of Space. It's mostly talking about homes and architectural spaces. But he had this quote that the poetic image is one through which the past shines. And that made sense to me for sound, for image, for video very specifically. And I think the relationship within video of sound to image is so strong, and that as much as anything is what makes something poetic. The relationship of sound as one building block and image as another, and the way they're connected has that potential. And this idea that it's through which the past shines is that there are certain people who can take something from the past, influences from the past, ideas, and bring them into the present and create something new and very strong with them. There's other people who look to the past and seem stuck. And to me, the work is not poetic, it's just kind of... The works that I chose also, I'm very happy to choose, because in America in the last 4 years, what gets attention and what gets support from funding or from curators or writers tends to be very political work. And my connection to poetic works or poetry is much more the personal works, which really have been rejected and kind of out of the main light and out of what was considered correct or hip or somehow the smarter work. And I feel like that was just a passing moment of the beginning of the 90s, and that there's just as much depth and artistic thought that goes into the poetic works that don't attempt to be political on the surface, that may be very much just about the artist and a feeling that they do or do not get across.